Hits 105.5. Good morning. Welcome to the morning show. Hope everyone is having a terrific Tuesday morning. The sun is shining. It's beautiful outside. The talk of the town with City Manager Andrew Boucher is proudly sponsored by Clancy's, Shelby County's oldest fast food restaurant. Nothing fancy, just fantastic food. In the studio with me right now, I have City Manager Andrew Boucher. Good morning, sir. How are you?
Good morning, Tracy. I'm well. Yourself?
Doing good. The sun is shining. It's cold, though.
It is. It's a little chilly, but you know, the sun is nice and warm, and it's going to be there all week. So I think it's going to warm up into like the low 60s like in a couple of days.
Really?
So,
I like that positivity.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and the Buckeyes won, so...
They did.
Yeah.
They played Minnesota this week. See how
They
prepared
do.
I am.
Yes.
Usually it's on Friday. I'm like, who do we play again?
That's right. We've got some people coming in town, so,
Nice.
for us, for the game.
What'd you think of their new uniforms? Sorry, totally off the topic.
I think it was okay. It's not the best alternative uniform that I saw, but,
Okay.
yeah, it's all right.
I just read an article about that. And
Yeah?
I was like, wonder how he felt.
Did you have an opinion?
I liked them.
Yeah.
I thought they were great. I thought they were great because they won. So.
Sure, yeah. When they play and they come out the way they did, yeah.
So honestly, I didn't know they were new until I read that. I was like, and then watching the game, my friend told me, I don't know if I like the new uniforms. I'm like, oh, they're new? And then I was like, she was right. They are new anyway.
I like when they're dressed all in black and they've got the red accents on them.
Yeah, that's cool too.
Those ones are cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's get down to some city business. Wanted to thank all of the Sydney voters for adopting and amending the city charter for our Section 6.4 for civil service. It allows for us to be able to allow for new officers that can be transferred in from other agencies that can bring in a wealth of experience and knowledge and help us fill a lot of the vacancies that we currently have. That's both for police and fire and emergency services. So I just want to thank all of the Sydney voters. It was an overwhelming support. So thank you so much for helping us. I know that we've talked about a variety of different stuff. We'll actually have a couple other amendments and some levy legislation that comes on in the special election for the primary election in March. City offices are going to be closed Thursday, November 23rd and Friday, November 24th for the Thanksgiving holiday. So that Thursday and Friday, city office will be closed, just to let everyone know. Only solid waste will be delayed one day anytime because of that Thursday, the Thanksgiving holiday. So just delayed once for the remainder of the week. So anybody on Thursday, Friday, or Saturday, it's just going to be pushed back one more day. Did want to let everyone know that we are having a Downtown Sydney Holiday Lights Grand Illumination happening. That's November 22nd. Spectators are asked to gather on the north side of the courthouse to enjoy the Reason for the Season program at 6 p.m. At 6:25, the switch will be flipped as Downtown Sydney becomes merry and bright for the holidays.
Yay. It does look very pretty. They do a very good job.
They do a phenomenal job. Just thank you to all of the downtown associations and Rodanitas for sponsoring and putting a lot of the Christmas lights. She buys a lot of that.
Oh,
so yeah, just an amazing time. Christmas is very special, and so I glad to be here in Sydney and get to be a part of it with everyone.
Yeah, it's always really pretty, and then they decorate their windows downtown. So I got a question.
Yes, ma'am.
So when it's delayed one day, and you have the map on the city website of
Sure.
where your trash is picked up.
Yes.
Can you let people know where that's at? Like if they're confused on, sometimes it's recycling for me. Is it this week or is it next week? So how do you look that up? Besides looking at your neighbors.
I get confused myself. I look over to Taylor, my wife, and I'm like, is this recycling week? Which way? And then we typically roll one out. We're kind of looking around, and we've got to count backwards and carry the one and what have you to try to figure out exactly what it is. I will say this: our current contract for solid waste is actually up in spring of 2025, the city will be looking at potentially renewing that contract. It was a long 10-year contract, and we've experienced some pretty low prices. And because of inflation and things like that, we're a little worried of where that contract is going to come into. So what we've been doing the later part of this year and then all of next year, we're going to be investigating about bringing back those services back in-house and potentially having actually city employees and city trucks running those trash and recycling routes. We're also going to look to do recycling every week, so you won't have to guess anymore. It'll be recycling and trash all on the same week. So that no matter what is going to happen, we're going to include. So there's some things that we're investigating and taking a look at. But yeah, you're right. I think all of us probably do that and try to think about it. Yeah.
Yeah, mine's next week. Well, and I was bad because I put it out just assuming, because I thought I was so confident. I read it right this week. Recycling's today or tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I put it out, and my neighbor followed suit. I was wrong. I'm so
they
sorry.
were looking at you. They're like, "Oh gosh, the
Yes.
recycling is due."
They think that girl's got her stuff together. No. And also make sure when you put out your dumpster that the lid is facing the road, because they left me a very kind note with pointed, please put it facing. I'm like, oh, I didn't know.
Sure.
It was nice. It was just funny because I was like, thank you, because they put an arrow that way I knew.
Yeah.
And I'm like, thank you. So now I look at it. I'm like, okay, good. Everything's good. You know.
Well, the big question is, Tracy, are you one of those individuals that kind of just throws everything in recycling, just hoping they're going to recycle it?
No, because they gave me a note.
Okay.
And now they gave me a note. I get notes. Please see me like a teacher. No, I got notes, so I now know. My daughter is the one that keeps putting pizza boxes in there. Don't put pizza boxes in there. They go in the trash, not in the recycling.
Yes. I myself am still guilty of it, you know, because I want it to be recycling, right? Yeah, I don't want to fill up the trash. I want it to be gone to something else, you know. Obviously, aluminum cans and glass and heavy plastics, PET bottles, things like that. Those are obviously all recycling, but, you know, you get some of the cellophane and things like that, and you're like, gosh, I wish I could, you know, put it in here. But I know better, and sometimes I still catch myself throwing in there just because I want it to be.
Yeah. No, I had that note and I listened. And I did. Because I was like, I got a lot of Amazon boxes, and that's pretty much what it is.
Sure. Now, do you break them all down?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fun to do. So I do break them down, and
If you're at my house, you know, thanks to my family, I think we keep Amazon in, you know, full service, full swing. There's always boxes out on the porch. I feel like Friday nights is when my pickup for trash is, and I'm there breaking down boxes out in the garage.
Really quick.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, and if you see me run out in the morning, it's trash day, and I know it's coming up. But this week, it's on Friday.
Yes.
All right. Because it's normal. Well, not this week, next week. It's not Thursday, it's Friday. Got to remember that. Will I remember? No, I'll forget, because you're going to be here next Tuesday. Going to remind us. All right.
Yes.
Well, thank you so much. I hope you have a good rest of your day. That was
You as well, Tracy.
The Talk of the Town with City Manager Andrew Boucher, proudly sponsored by Clancy's, Shelby County's oldest fast food restaurant. Nothing fancy, just fantastic food. Coming up next, another song from, hope that wasn't my stuff. It wasn't my coffee, was it? Okay. Coming up next, more songs from 1996. Breakfast at Tiffany's by Deep Blue Something. It's Hits 105.5.